this
And it's
was
about
very...
relationship, I remember two incidents again. One is with my brother-in-law, but I want to say that how important Maharaj felt for the children.
Yeah.
That children should not be neglected. I remember that one of my relatives, they are not at all devotees, nothing to do with ISKCON. And they were going for divorce. And they had two children. And we remember just talking to Maharaj, just talking to him. And we were just telling him what is happening. He keeps asking, so what's happening here? So we told him, Maharaj, this is what is happening in the family. So there and then he told her to get up. He said, go to them right now and talk it out to them. You have to save this family. He was worried and concerned because this man was having an affair. And so he said, imagine these children will have to see their father with the new mother and mother with the new father. He said, imagine how confused the children will be. They will not get love from their parents, nor they will get from the step parents.
Yeah, but one of the most important things is said, no doubt, mother's role is there, but the children also need their father. So it is, they need both. They need both father and they need mother. So without that, psychologically, they will not be having a very proper type of emotional development. So this is one thing. So as far as divorce is concerned, yes, there are several cases where like that. We know one. Of course, I'm talking about only devotees now. I mean, it's not that we are not what's happening in the house, which is very common, but it's happening among devotees also. So this one couple, they had just on the verge of going and signing. It was all, everything was finalized, and many things we had tried to see that. So then he just had a chance to meet Maharaj. So he said, just go and hear the class I addressed on the day of your wedding. So
actually, these
I hope
couples were
that, yeah,
separated for 3 years.
3 years, and they were the day they were supposed to sign the paper and final divorce.
Yeah, final divorce.
So they had a chance to go and meet him. The husband. So husband, before also he had gone and met. So Maharaj would say that be kind to her. He said, be kind to her. So he always would say, be kind to her. So, but this time he said, go and hear the class I addressed on the day of marriage. And I don't know what happened. He just went and heard the class, what Maharaj had addressed, and he changed his mind on that day. And today they are happily married with 2 kids. And they are living a very nice life and very enthusiastic creatures. And so these are things. Of course, the message is that yes, stable marriage is very important for devotional service, because in stable marriage you can make progress, because both of them have to do everything jointly. It is not that wife has her own way of devotional service and the husband has his own way. Usually it is not a very ideal thing. So it's always joined together. Yeah, together. It's very...
That reminds me of something.
Yeah.
Once I had gone to him and I spoke to him and I told him that there was one of a senior god sister of mine was having a issue. So I just asked him. I didn't, mention who is it. I just asked him. I said, Maharaj, what if husband gives you an instruction and you know that instruction is wrong? It is very foolish. So, what is the wife supposed to do? So Maharaj said, what do you mean by that? Okay. Did he tell you not to chant? I said, no, Maharaj. So, did he tell you that Krishna is not supreme? He said, no, Maharaj. Did he tell you to give up regulative principle? He said, no. Then what did he say that you're becoming, why, what should do, what should do? Because my question is, what should you do when your husband gives such instruction? So Maharaj said, so if he doesn't say all this, then why make a big issue? He said people are different. What he really meant is, he wanted us to be very uh, intelligently understand, that you don't make an issue for this small thing. Oh, she doesn't do this, she's like this, he's like that, he keeps the tap open, he throws the clothes here, she doesn't clean the house clean. It is important, but not make a big issue. Because you see, you honestly try, if any divorce case which comes in front of you, just find out the reason. What is the reason for the divorce? It is mostly for material thing, like uh, not never Krishna conscious, that she doesn't get up or he doesn't get up in the morning. He doesn't chant, he doesn't allow me to. It's never a spiritual reason. It is always either an ego or this materialistic thing. I don't get, either not earning or she's not. So it's always like this. So Maharaj wanted us to give importance and try to understand that, how we need to work on a marriage, how we really need to work and struggle sometime with your marriage to keep the marriage vows. And he also once, I remember, asked him that, well, so when is the divorce? When is the divorce? When the divorce comes? So Maharaj said, unless it is a physical abuse, otherwise no. And I remember that.
No, he said unless there is a threat to the
Your life and a
one's
physical.
life.
Yeah.
Usually, of course, in these cases, the husband is physically abusing, and is there is a harm to her physical health. Then there is no question about someone staying. It is not safe for her to live there. Of course, that doesn't mean that case. This is just in generally said that many of the things are very petty issues and they blow it up and it becomes big. So anyway, we this is just in general we are speaking. This was spoken, but he should not forget the essence that he always wanted the sacred vows of marriage to be always protected, and it should not be taken. It's a very serious commitment, and we should take help. There should be a good circle of other devotees around you. So it's not that only husband wife hear each other; they need more. So this is how our congregation evolved when this type of cases started coming, and this is how you would be instructing. Something very amusing I remember about this marriages and all. There is one sincere lady. This is before marriage, but her parents were opposing. She was a very educated lady, and her parents were coming from a very traditional family. And the boy whom obviously she wanted to marry a devotee, so she took the blessing from her parents, and the marriage date was fixed. But only condition of the girls, our parents' side was the wedding will be performed the way their family traditions do it. So she was very unhappy because she wanted a Vedic wedding. So she went to give the invitation card to Maharaj, and very apologetically, Maharaj, I'm very sorry, but it will not be a Vedic wedding. So he looked at her. It not. It is not important what happens on the day of wedding. What happens after the wedding is more important. So not the how the wedding is performed or where it is done or what type of rituals are performed is not important. So what happens? So he knows the seriousness of this. No doubt, a lot of jokes and fun is made about marriages, but he was very serious about this relationship, and he always spoke in this way about how they should.
I just
Yeah,
remember one thing
please
about the
speak.
marriage board service,
That God.
Initially, when we were having this marriage board service, so obviously, I will not deny it, it was always there. Sometimes we used to feel that whatever match we are doing, it should work. It was happening. I mean, not let's not, because there is something,
Get
I
it
did
done.
this, I did this, I got it. So we were going through this crisis, how to manage it. And we remember we had a meeting and we were asking Maharaj, how to do that? And it's always a feeling, whatever I do, it should happen, it should match, and the girl and the boy should agree, like this. So Maharaj only said one thing, that's it. And that was
Just one, yeah,
enough for
very,
us
very
in
nice
lifetime,
one.
My God, then it became so easy for us to work at, He just said, whenever you have one boy in mind, just think, if she was your daughter, would you give her to this boy? That's it. And we never had to ask him again how to do the matching. So we'll always, anything happens, they say, will I give my daughter to this fellow? No, finish, out. So it became so easy. So I just remember.
Yeah. So very nice related because you all are also very responsible people in Bangalore. These issues will come. So as she Premila correctly said that he said yes, ask yourself if it was your daughter whether you. But then more than that, one more thing very important. He said that ours is a preaching moment.
Mm.
So we should be very careful about, when girls come, the parents are not there. The parents don't come, but the girl, she has the freedom and she comes. And it should not happen that we are seen as a moment that the girls, they go to this temple and they are got married with any of the person whom they think. So he was very, very concerned about parents' blessings, especially for girls. If the parents' blessings was not there, he would never allow give permission to go ahead for girls. Now, this much how much he valued. I mean, he was so traditional about it. So we had such some cases where everything was finalized, but on the day of marriage, we will on the day of announcement, not marriage, day of announcement, we'll find out, and if the parents are not very happy and they are not giving their heartfelt blessings, then we would not make the announcement. We would tell that no, this cannot be done. You have to get your parents' blessings. So this is how much he valued for girls. For boys, he was a little lenient. He said boys because they're independent, they are working, they're earning on their own, and they are more so. It is natural that even in there also, if parents are very dead against, he would not spoil Prabhupada's name. He will not spoil the institute's name. He said, no one is above Prabhupada's name, no one is above institute's name. So any type of a marriage taking place, it should be. If they want to get married on their own, we have our full blessings, but it should not be connected to any temple or ISKCON or that. They have the freedom. Grown up people, they want to get married. But if there are some issues like parents not happy, he was very concerned about it. So this was his sensitivity to marriages.
Even on relationship, no, I remember like husband and wife relationship, Maharaj is so intelligent that I remember in our own case, you know, his nature is he doesn't like to travel. He just want to be in one place. For me, I would like to visit places like Vrindavan and everything. So maybe Mahalakshmi and Kumari they are known. In Gopinath, there was a trend during. What is that festival? Julan Yatra. Devotees make their own group and go to Vrindavan. And many devotees used to go. So even I had a desire once. Yeah. No, many like Prabhu's Sridhama Prabhu's group and all going with all. So even I had a strong desire to go. So I asked him, can I go? He said, why Premila? You have so much of service. You do service, like that. But still, that thing was that I wanted to go during the Julan. And he was okay, not going for Julan and all. So then I met Maharaj, outside our Gopinath temple, just below that Ganesha's murti. And he could make out that I wanted to say something. So he was giving darshan, people are meeting him. Then he said, yes, you want to say something? So I said, Maharaj, I have a desire to go to Vrindavan for Julan Yatra. I told him, Sridhama and Kishori Mataji are going, so I would like to go. So first thing I asked him, what did Adikesha Prabhu say? He said that I told him, Maharaji told me that I should not go, I have so much of service to do. I should get, more involved in my service. So Maharaj, I'll just tell you what he said, then I'll just. So Maharaj said, I think you should be obedient to your husband and you should listen to him. Now, obviously, he didn't wanted us to clash. That if Maharaj would have said, no, Premila, you should go, it would be like Maharaj saying something and my husband saying something. He wanted us to be obedient, but also he also knew that Adikesha Prabhu had his own nature, not going anywhere, just being. But he also told him, you don't like to travel, right? He just, after once he met him. But what I really want to stress upon here is not that he's instructing the, Matajis to be very this, but he wants us to be very cooperative. Not only to the wives, he wanted the husbands that they should be cooperate with each other. He never wanted us to fight for this, the small things like this. So that is very important because most of our relation gets ruined because we we differ in the opinion, in our opinion for small things. It's just like I want to go for yatra, he doesn't want to go for yatra. So in that it becomes a big fight. Saint Maharaj, didn't want it. He wanted us to be very intelligently to handle relationship, to try to understand each other. I also once asked him about something about Mataji, some issues. So, why? I just asked him
Explain.
that, I asked him that, why Matajis are like this and the Prabhujis are, like that. So then one day he told me very nicely about how Matajis is saying the problem with the Matajis that they want to be very independent, and actually to be independent is not a very safe position for them, because when they become too independent, they are not happy. So what is happening is they are independent. In their independence, they are not at all happy. Okay, and still they'll have so many doubts. And then that's why if they are very submissive, not to only the husband, I'll tell you the future what is it. And then when they have this submissive quality, it always keeps them happy. Then he said, a girl should learn to be submissive to her father, then to her husband. She has to learn to be submissive. If she is not submissive to her father or to her husband, if she's not been trained to be submissive, she said she can never be submissive to her spiritual master. So it is not, see, this is maybe like, I'm not saying that Mataji's, this is only for Mataji, but Maharaj was stressing on the point of submissiveness, whether it's a Mataji or Prabhuji. But here he was talking about a Mataji, how we need to be submissive. We should have learned the quality of being submissive. Because to surrender to Guru, you need submissiveness. This came up to be a Mataji because you're telling me, but it's for all of us that we have to learn to be submissive to our seniors, whether to our parents or in our devotional service to, senior god brothers and god sisters, which brings to another memory of another one thing
You had an
happening.
example
Yeah,
about
yeah,
seniors and
yes, yes. What happened is, once, we have this drama festival.
yeah.
So you're talking about drama festival, or you're talking some other example?
No, no, you had some issue with one
Okay, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah,
senior.
yeah. Yes, I had an issue with one of my god sisters. She was my senior. So, things were not clicking between us, and our relationship was getting a little strained. So, of course, I didn't tell Maharaj, but I went to meet him and I spoke to him, and I told Maharaj, I'm having issue. I'm not able to deal with this person. We have to do service together and everything. So Maharaj said, you have to learn to be grateful. I think she is helping you to become very submissive and humble. He's saying if she was not like this, then you would have become very proud. So this is showing his way of teaching us how we should be submissive